Now I want to talk to you about avoiding assumptions, which is an essential component in helping you evaluate your life with a clear understanding. Many cognitive behaviorists call this behavior fortune telling. Fortune telling means that you expect bad things to happen. Assumptions are slightly different, and I want to focus and share my views about what makes them different. Assumptions imply that you can predict the future. People usually believe they know what another person is going to do because they presume to know what another person is thinking. Here's the problem. They can't. They're just guessing. There's absolutely no way for us to predict what another person is thinking or what they're going to do. That seems pretty logical, doesn't it? We're not mind readers. So why is making assumptions such a normal habit in our lives? We make assumptions in an attempt to control outcomes. We believe that if we can anticipate what other people are going to do, then we can be one step ahead of them. We also do this because we don't like the fear we experience not knowing what another person is thinking or what they may do. We also don't trust in our own ability to cope with whatever they may be thinking or what action they may take. This is because of our inherent feelings of ineffectiveness or inadequacy in the world. As a result, a domino effect occurs. We make decisions about how to act based on guesswork. This then sets off a series of events that may or may not have occurred. If only we had waited to see what another person was actually going to do. Let me share an example so you can see if it resonates with you. You're on a date with someone you find very attractive. Although you try to focus on the conversation, your inner monologue is that there's no way this person will go out with you again because you're not attractive enough for them. You feel defeated for much of the date. At the end of the date, you find out that the other person thinks you're actually quite attractive. What does this say about you? It says, first, you're not living in the moment. Second, you're trying to anticipate future negative consequences in order to handle a potential rejection. And third, it says you're making inaccurate assumptions. I evaluate each scenario that a client brings to me, pointing out assumption, 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 because frequently there's no fact. You should do this too. Look at situations in your life carefully and identify how you're acting based on assumptions you're making. Let me give you a way that you can evaluate this yourself. The first thing you need to do is ask yourself, where is the evidence? What do I mean by that? Most people are predisposed and operating based on assumptions when they really should be looking for evidence. We go off to the races based on what we believe other people think, and it creates bad scenarios based on information that's not fact. Unless there's physical or verbal evidence of a thought or action from another person, you'll be operating based on a projection of your own insecurities or your own history. That's just really not okay. You need to be patient and not act prematurely. Acting without evidence leads to really bad outcomes, and it reinforces personal feelings of inadequacy. If you're anything like me, you may find it hard to recall all these instructions by memory. So don't be afraid to work it out in your head and then write it out on a piece of paper like this. Identify a situation that's making you feel badly. Ask yourself, do I actually know what this person is thinking? Ask yourself, do I actually know what this person is going to do? Then, only proceed with a reciprocal action, verbal or physical, if you find hard evidence of what a person is thinking or going to do. Become your own private investigator. Look for the evidence and learn to pump up the communication with people as opposed to guessing and making assumptions. You have to stop acting based on assumptions and force yourself to cope with the fear and insecurity. You also have to learn to wait for a situation to unfold organically. If you can do that, your feelings of confidence will improve. Just remember, you only have control of yourself, and you can't control other people's thoughts, their feelings, or their actions. So don't add to your insecurities. Let them go and allow them to be replaced with feelings of self-confidence and feelings of the lovability you deserve.